Imagine a universe where every star, every element, and every breath you take is part of a grand cosmic symphony, conducted not by chance, but by living, spiritual beings. What if the world we see with our eyes is just the surface, hiding a profound, invisible reality that shapes everything we know? Today we're diving into this hidden world, a world that ancient sages spoke of in whispers, where angelic hierarchies guide the evolution of existence, and where humanity's destiny is deeply entwined with forces far beyond our understanding. This is the vision of Rudolf Steiner, a thinker who dared to bridge the gap between science and spirituality, offering a roadmap to the unseen. Through his work, The Spiritual Hierarchies and the Physical World, Steiner invites us to rediscover the cosmos as a living, breathing entity, a dynamic interplay of consciousness and creation. But why does this matter now, in the modern age of technology and materialism? Because somewhere along the way we've lost something essential. For centuries, humanity has been peeling away the layers of mystery, replacing wonder with cold mechanics and equations. The universe has become a lifeless machine in the eyes of science. And yet, deep within, many of us still yearn for something more. Something that connects us to the infinite. Something that makes us feel alive. What if we've been looking at the universe the wrong way? What if the stars above are not just distant suns, but gateways to spiritual realms? What if fire, water, air, and earth aren't just elements, but profound manifestations of divine thought? Steiner believed this, and he showed us how to see the physical and spiritual as two sides of the same coin. In this video, we'll uncover the secrets of the 9 spiritual hierarchies, the angelic beings who work tirelessly behind the veil of reality. We'll explore how their efforts influence the material world, shaping the evolution of humanity and the cosmos alike. We'll learn about the mysteries of fire, a force at the gateway between the physical and spiritual. And we'll ask the question, what is humanity's role in this grand design? So settle in, open your mind, and prepare to embark on a journey through realms both seen and unseen. Together, we'll explore the profound teachings of Rudolf Steiner and rediscover our place in a universe that is far more alive, interconnected, and magical than we ever imagined. To truly appreciate the profound ideas of Rudolf Steiner, we must first understand the shift that separated humanity from the spiritual cosmos, a shift that has defined the modern world. Imagine a time when people looked up at the night sky and didn't just see stars, they saw portals to higher realms, vibrant with spiritual presence. The cosmos wasn't a collection of distant, lifeless objects. It was a living organism, humming with divine purpose. But something changed. As humanity's intellect grew sharper and our capacity for observation expanded, a divide was born. During the Middle Ages, the scientific revolution began to unravel the mysteries of the material world. Observations turned into measurements, and spiritual beings that once filled the heavens faded into abstraction. The universe was no longer alive. It was reduced to a mechanical system of orbits and forces, indifferent and cold. This new way of seeing brought us extraordinary progress. We learned to map the stars, measure the vast distances between planets, and harness the forces of nature. But in doing so, we lost something vital, our connection to the spiritual dimensions of existence. The separation of science and spirituality left us isolated, alone in a universe that seemed vast, empty, and devoid of meaning. Steiner called this illusion Maya, the great deception. He believed that what we see with our physical senses is only a fragment of reality, a shadow cast by far greater spiritual forces. These forces, he said, didn't disappear, they simply moved beyond the reach of our increasingly materialistic worldview. The heavens, once thought to be filled with angelic beings and divine consciousness, were now seen as nothing more than distant balls of gas and rock. This transformation wasn't entirely a loss, though. Steiner argued that it was a necessary step in humanity's evolution. By focusing on the material world, we developed the tools of reason, logic, and individuality, qualities that would one day help us reconnect with the spiritual, but in a new and more profound way. The path back to the cosmos wasn't meant to be a return to the past but a leap forward, bridging the spiritual and the physical through conscious awareness and inner growth. To understand this divide, Steiner invites us to revisit ancient wisdom. In those earlier times, people saw the universe as a harmonious whole. They recognized the interconnectedness of all things. The stars, the elements, the plants, and even human beings were all expressions of a unified divine plan. These ideas weren't mere superstition, they were insights born from a different kind of consciousness, one that saw beyond the veil of material existence. The ancient sages spoke of spiritual hierarchies, each playing a role in maintaining the cosmic order. For them, fire wasn't just a chemical reaction, it was the first bridge between the physical and the spiritual. The stars weren't just celestial bodies, they were the dwellings of divine intelligences, guiding the evolution of the universe. And humanity. Humanity was seen as the pinnacle of this divine creation, capable of ascending to higher realms of understanding and becoming co-creators in the cosmic plan. But as time went on, these spiritual insights were gradually forgotten. The Council of Constantinople in 869 marked a pivotal moment, as the spiritual dimension of the human being was officially separated from the soul and body. This decision reflected a deeper shift, a growing tendency to view existence through the lens of materialism. Over centuries, the richness of angelology, cosmology, and the interconnectedness of life gave way to a fragmented, mechanical view of the world. And yet, Steiner believed the truth was never completely lost. It remained hidden in the esoteric traditions, guarded by mystery schools and sacred teachings, waiting for a time when humanity would be ready to rediscover it. That time is now. As we move forward in this exploration, we'll see how Steiner sought to reunite the physical and spiritual worlds. His work reminds us that we are not mere cosmic hermits, adrift in a vast, indifferent universe. Instead, we are active participants in a divine symphony, a symphony that calls us to awaken, to reconnect, and to reclaim our place as spiritual beings in a living cosmos. Let's take a moment to look beyond what we know, the everyday, physical world, and explore a concept of the 9 spiritual hierarchies. These are not abstract ideas or distant myths. Instead, they are powerful, living beings that shape the universe and influence our lives in ways we might not realize. According to Steiner, everything in the universe is alive with spiritual activity. Behind the physical stars, the elements, and even human experiences, there is a network of spiritual beings working to guide and sustain creation. He organized these beings into 9 levels, grouped into 3 main tiers, each with a specific role in the cosmos. Let's start with the first tier, which is closest to us. This includes the angels, the archangels, and the archai. The angels are the spiritual beings most connected to individual human lives. They work quietly, like guardians, helping guide us through our challenges and decisions. Sometimes their influence might feel like intuition, a sudden thought, a sense of comfort, or a moment of clarity. Then we have the archangels. While angels work with individuals, archangels look after larger groups, like nations or cultures. They guide the collective spirit of humanity, shaping the character of entire civilizations and ensuring that humanity moves forward in harmony. The archai, or spirits of time, oversee the big picture. They guide humanity through different ages and eras, helping us grow and adapt to the spiritual needs of each new time. They're like the directors of human evolution, ensuring that each chapter of history serves a greater purpose. The second tier takes us a step further from human life and deeper into the forces that shape the cosmos itself. Here we find the powers, the mights, and the dominions. The powers, or spirits of form, are the architects of the material world. They shape the structures we see around us, from the design of a snowflake to the vast patterns of galaxies. Their work ensures that spiritual ideas take physical form. Next are the mights, or spirits of motion. These beings are responsible for movement and energy in the universe. They bring life to stillness, ensuring that the cosmos remains dynamic and ever-changing. Without them, There would be no growth, no progress, only stagnation. Above them are the dominions, or spirits of wisdom. These beings act as guides for the powers and mights, infusing their work with purpose and direction. They help ensure that every aspect of creation follows a divine plan, bringing harmony and meaning to the universe. Finally, we reach the highest tier, the spiritual beings furthest from human understanding but closest to the divine. These are the thrones, the cherubim, and the seraphim. The thrones, or spirits of will, are the initiators of creation itself. They channel raw, divine energy to create the building blocks of existence. They are like the foundation of the universe, silent yet essential. The cherubim, often described as the guardians of wisdom, maintain balance and harmony in the cosmos. They ensure that the universe remains in perfect order, even as it evolves and changes. At the pinnacle of the hierarchy are the seraphim, the spirits of love. They radiate pure, unconditional love, which flows through the entire cosmic structure, binding everything together. They represent the highest expression of unity and divinity. Steiner's 9 hierarchies aren't just about understanding the universe. They're about understanding our place within it. These spiritual beings don't exist apart from us. They influence our lives and help shape our journey. And in Steiner's view, humanity itself is destined to evolve spiritually, eventually joining this divine hierarchy as active participants in the cosmic plan. Through these insights, we begin to see the universe not as a collection of lifeless objects, but as a vibrant, interconnected web of life and consciousness. And within this web we find a profound truth: we are not alone. We are part of a greater story, a story guided by beings who work tirelessly behind the scenes to support our growth and the evolution of all creation. Imagine standing before a flame, watching it dance and flicker. Fire is one of the most captivating forces of nature, a source of warmth and light, yet also a power that transforms, consumes, and creates. But what if fire is more than just a physical phenomenon? Rudolf Steiner believed fire holds a unique position in the universe, acting as a bridge between the physical and spiritual realms. Unlike earth, water, or air, elements we perceive as external and solid, fire is different. It's the first element we experience both outside and within ourselves. We see its warmth and light, but we also feel it, coursing through our own bodies. Steiner saw this dual nature of fire as a profound clue to its true significance. Fire is not just a chemical reaction, it's a portal. It connects the visible material world to the invisible, spiritual realm. On one side, fire gives us light, a force that illuminates the physical world. Yet light itself is invisible. We only see what it touches. For Steiner, this invisibility points to fire's spiritual essence, reaching into dimensions beyond our senses. But fire also gives us smoke, a heavy, opaque remnant of its activity in the physical world. In this interplay of light and smoke, Steiner saw a metaphor for creation itself. Every spiritual act, every impulse from the divine, manifests in the material world while leaving traces of its origin. Fire, then, is both the messenger and the medium, a doorway between worlds. Throughout history, fire has held sacred meaning. In ancient traditions, it symbolized transformation, purification, and divine presence. Steiner's teachings deepen this understanding, revealing fire as the interplay of soul and matter. It's the living thread that weaves together the physical and spiritual, reminding us that even in the mundane, there is magic, a spark of the eternal. What if the story of humanity isn't just a story of survival and progress, but part of a grand cosmic plan, one that spans not just centuries but eons? According to Rudolf Steiner, the evolution of consciousness is at the heart of this divine blueprint. Steiner believed that humanity's journey is deeply intertwined with the evolution of the universe itself. He described a series of cosmic stages, each representing a step in the unfolding of existence. These stages, known as Saturn, Sun, Moon, Earth, and beyond, aren't just physical epochs. They are phases of consciousness, each building on the last, guiding both the cosmos and humanity toward greater awareness and spiritual maturity. Let's take a closer look at this extraordinary progression. The Saturn stage, Steiner said, was the beginning of everything, a state of pure potential, where consciousness first emerged as a faint glow. It was a time of primal warmth, the seed of all existence. Next came the Sun stage, where light and life began to take form. Here, the first inklings of individuality emerged, as spiritual beings worked to develop the foundation for the future evolution of souls. Then, in the Moon stage, consciousness became more defined, preparing the way for the complex emotions and instincts that would later arise in living beings. Finally, we arrive at the Earth stage, where humanity enters the story. This is the stage we live in now, a phase defined by material existence, but also by the potential for spiritual awakening. But our journey doesn't end here. Steiner spoke of future stages, Jupiter, Venus, and Vulcan, each representing new heights of spiritual evolution, where humanity will reconnect with the cosmos in profound and unimaginable ways. Throughout this journey, humanity has faced a profound challenge, balancing the material and the spiritual. In ancient times, our ancestors had a natural connection to the spiritual world. They saw the cosmos as alive, filled with divine presence. But as human consciousness evolved, we became more focused on the physical, developing reason, logic, and individuality. This shift allowed us to shape the material world, but it also distanced us from the spiritual. Steiner believed this separation wasn't a mistake. It was a necessary step in our growth. By stepping away from the spiritual, humanity gained the freedom to choose, to consciously seek out and reconnect with the divine, not through instinct, but through awareness. This brings us to our role in the cosmic plan. Steiner saw humanity as the 10th hierarchy, a potential co-creator with the spiritual beings that guide the universe. Our task is to awaken, to rise beyond materialism, and to harmonize the physical and spiritual within ourselves. Through this awakening, we don't just evolve, we help the universe itself evolve. When we look at the stars, we might see only distant points of light, but Steiner invites us to see something more, a vast, interconnected web of consciousness in which we are both participants and creators. The evolution of consciousness isn't just a cosmic story, it's our story. Each of us has a role to play in this grand design, contributing to the unfolding of a universe that is not only alive but profoundly meaningful. For centuries, humanity has stood at a crossroads between two powerful ways of understanding the world: the wisdom of the ancients and the discoveries of modern science. On one side lies a rich spiritual heritage, a view of the universe as a living, interconnected whole. On the other, the advancements of science which have unlocked the secrets of the material world with precision and logic. But what if these two perspectives aren't opposites? What if they're parts of the same puzzle, waiting to be united? Rudolf Steiner believed they are. He saw the spiritual insights of ancient traditions and the rational discoveries of modern science as complementary forces, each offering pieces of the greater truth. And in his teachings, Steiner sought to weave them together, creating a bridge that could reconnect us with the spiritual cosmos without abandoning the clarity of scientific thought. To understand this bridge, let's look back to ancient times, a time when the stars weren't just distant objects, but symbols of divine intelligence. In these early civilizations, from Egypt and India to Greece and beyond, humanity perceived the cosmos as alive. The movements of the planets were seen as the work of spiritual beings. The elements, earth, water, air, and fire, were thought to carry divine qualities, shaping the world and guiding life itself. These ancient traditions gave rise to profound systems of thought. The sacred geometry of the Pythagoreans, the astrological wisdom of the Chaldeans, and the deep metaphysical insights of the Vedic sages. Their teachings weren't just philosophical, they were practical, guiding agriculture, medicine, and the rhythm of daily life. The cosmos and humanity were understood as mirrors of one another, intertwined in an eternal dance. But as humanity evolved, so did our focus. The rise of the scientific revolution marked a turning point. Galileo, Kepler, and Copernicus began to describe the universe in mathematical terms, unraveling the mysteries of motion, gravity, and space. For the first time, the cosmos was seen not as a spiritual being, but as a machine governed by physical laws. This new perspective brought incredible breakthroughs. We learned to measure the vastness of the universe, harness the power of electricity, and heal diseases once thought incurable. Yet, as science illuminated the physical world, it cast a shadow on the spiritual. The stars became cold and distant. The elements were reduced to chemical reactions, and the ancient connection between humanity and the cosmos began to fade. Steiner didn't see this shift as a loss, but as an opportunity. He believed that humanity needed to step back from the spiritual to develop reason, independence, and individuality. But he also warned that if we stopped there, if we became trapped in materialism, we would lose sight of the deeper truths that give life meaning. His work was a call to go further. He urged humanity to unite the analytical power of modern science with the spiritual wisdom of the past. For Steiner, science and spirituality weren't enemies, they were allies, each offering tools to understand the universe from different perspectives. Through anthroposophy, Steiner showed how the insights of ancient traditions could be revived and expanded using modern methods of thinking. He reinterpreted concepts like the elements, the planetary spheres, and the spiritual hierarchies in ways that aligned with both spiritual intuition and scientific inquiry. For example, he saw the physical processes studied by chemistry and physics as the outer expressions of inner spiritual realities, two sides of the same coin. But how do we bridge these worlds in our everyday lives? Steiner believed the key lies in cultivating a new kind of perception, a way of seeing that goes beyond the physical without rejecting it. He called this spiritual science, a disciplined approach to exploring the unseen forces that shape our world. Through meditation, self-reflection, and a deepened awareness of nature, Steiner taught that we can develop the ability to perceive the spiritual dimensions of reality. By doing so, we reconnect with the cosmos, not as something separate and mechanical, but as something we are deeply part of. And this isn't just a personal journey. Steiner believed that bridging ancient wisdom and modern understanding has the power to transform society. By recognizing the spiritual forces behind the material world, we can bring new meaning to science, art, education, and even technology. We can create a future that honors both the precision of modern thought and the profound truths of the past. In the end, the bridge between ancient wisdom and modern understanding is not just an intellectual pursuit, it's a way of being. It's a reminder that the universe is more than what we see with our eyes or measure with our tools. It's a call to awaken, to expand our consciousness, and to rediscover our place in a living, breathing cosmos. As we step onto this bridge, we're not just connecting the past and the present. We're shaping a future where science and spirit walk hand in hand, guiding humanity toward a deeper understanding of ourselves and the infinite. As we come to the end of this journey, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've uncovered. We've explored a universe that is far richer, deeper, and more alive than modern perspectives often allow. A cosmos where physical matter is intertwined with spiritual forces, and where humanity has a vital role to play. Rudolf Steiner's vision reminds us that we are not just observers of the universe. We are participants. The 9 spiritual hierarchies guide and influence us, yet they also invite us to grow, to evolve, and to take our place in the grand cosmic plan. Through fire, we've seen the bridge between the physical and the spiritual, a reminder that transformation begins with understanding. And by bridging ancient wisdom with modern science, we find a path forward, one that honors the past while embracing the future. But these ideas are not meant to remain abstract or distant. They are a call to action. They ask us to awaken to the spiritual dimensions of our lives, to seek meaning beyond the material, and to nurture our connection to the cosmos and one another. We know that these ideas may spark many questions. What do the spiritual hierarchies mean for us today? How can we apply this understanding in our daily lives? And what does it truly mean to evolve spiritually? Let us know in the comments, and we'll explore these questions together in future discussions. If this resonates with you, we invite you to join us on this path. Subscribe to the channel, Like this video and share it with others who are seeking a deeper understanding of the world. Let's build a community of seekers, individuals united by a desire to grow, to connect, and to awaken to the profound truths of existence. Thank you for being part of this exploration. The cosmos is calling, and our journey is far from over. Until next time, may you walk with wisdom, guided by the light of the hierarchies, and inspired by the infinite potential within you.